Have you ever noticed how something as simple as showering starts to feel complicated as we get older? Maybe your skin feels dry or itchy, or you worry about slipping in the bathroom. It's easy to blame these changes on just getting old. But what if that's not the whole story? What if the way we care for ourselves, like how often we shower, plays a bigger role than we realize? Many seniors quietly struggle with these everyday challenges. Yet the truth about proper hygiene habits is often overlooked. In this video, I'll share the surprising facts about how often seniors should shower. Information that could make a big difference in your comfort and skin health. Stay with me, because by the end, I'll reveal a simple habit that can help you feel fresh and confident every day without harming your skin. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Common situation. Typical shower habits of many seniors. As we move through the seasons of our lives, the routines that once seemed so simple begin to change in subtle ways. Take, for instance, the act of showering. For most of our adult lives, it's something we do without much thought. Step into the warm water, let the worries of the day drift away, maybe use the same soap we've trusted for decades. It's easy to overlook how something as ordinary as showering can become a point of quiet confusion or even worry as we grow older. Many seniors, perhaps like you or someone you know, find themselves questioning their old habits. You might remember a time when showering every morning was just part of getting ready for work, or when a refreshing bath at night helped soothe tired muscles after a long day. But as the years pass, things change. You may notice that your skin doesn't feel quite the same. It might itch more, become flaky, or feel sensitive to the touch. The water that once felt invigorating may now sting a little, or the steam may make you a bit dizzy. For some, the simple act of standing in the shower can bring on worries about slipping or feeling unsteady. It's common to try and ignore these changes or chalk them up to just getting older. Many people quietly adapt, maybe skipping a shower here or there, or sticking strictly to the old routine, afraid of feeling unclean. There's an unspoken pressure, especially in American culture, to stay fresh and tidy, to never let on that you're struggling with something as personal as hygiene. Perhaps you worry about what your children, grandchildren, or even friends might think if you don't keep up the same habits you always have. But here's the question. Is sticking to those old shower routines the best thing for your health? Or could it be that what worked for you in your 40s or 50s may not be what your body needs now? We tend to believe that clean means showering every single day, sometimes even twice a day if we've been especially active. After all, isn't that what all the commercials and advertisements tell us? That a daily shower the only way to stay healthy and feel good about ourselves? But what if this common belief isn't entirely accurate for seniors? This is where things get interesting and a bit surprising. The truth is, as we age, our skin undergoes some very real and important changes. By the time we reach our 60s and 70s, the skin loses much of its natural moisture and protective oils. The outer layer, the barrier that keeps out germs and keeps in the good stuff, becomes thinner and less effective. This means that our skin is not only more prone to dryness, but also to irritation, cracking, and even infection. A daily shower, especially with hot water or harsh soap, can strip away those precious oils that our skin still manages to produce. This is more than just an inconvenience. Overwashing can lead to persistent dryness, flakiness, and that irritating itch that never quite goes away. For some, it can develop into more serious issues, like eczema or small open sores that are slow to heal. Ironically, showering too often, which many of us associate with being healthy, may make us more vulnerable to skin problems as we age. But it's not just about the skin. Showers themselves can become physically challenging. Bathrooms are often wet and slippery, one of the most common places for falls in the home. For someone with balance issues, joint pain, or a fear of falling, showering can be an anxiety-inducing event. Some folks begin to avoid it altogether, leading to worries about odor or feeling not quite themselves. So, what can be done? How do you stay clean, fresh, and healthy without putting yourself or your skin at risk? The answer, thankfully, is both simple and gentle. You probably don't need to shower every single day. Most dermatologists now recommend that older adults shower 2 to 3 times a week. This allows your skin to retain its natural moisture while still keeping you feeling clean and comfortable. On the days you don't shower, a simple routine can do wonders. Wash your face and hands with gentle, fragrance-free soap. Use a warm, damp washcloth to freshen up under your arms, around your neck, and in any areas where sweat or odor might accumulate. Pay special attention to skin folds, behind your ears, and under your breasts, or in the groin area. These small acts of care can help you feel refreshed and prevent irritation or infection, without the need for a full shower. Another important change is to swap out any harsh or heavily perfumed soaps for milder, moisturizing cleansers. Hot water can feel wonderful in the moment, but it's better for your skin if you stick to lukewarm water. As soon as you finish, gently pat your skin dry, don't rub, and apply a good quality moisturizer while your skin is still slightly damp. This helps lock in hydration and protect that delicate barrier. And don't underestimate the value of preparing your bathroom for safety. Adding non-slip mats, grab bars, or a shower seat can transform showering from a source of worry into a peaceful, enjoyable ritual. Many seniors find that making these simple adjustments not only helps them stay safe, but also restores a sense of independence and confidence. Let me tell you about my neighbor, Mrs. Peterson. She's 78, a retired school librarian, and for most of her life, she prided herself on her daily morning shower, never missing a single day, rain or shine. But a couple of years ago, she started having trouble with dry, itchy patches of skin on her arms and legs. No amount of lotion seemed to help, and she was constantly uncomfortable. One day, her daughter suggested cutting back on showers and switching to a milder soap. At first, Mrs. Peterson was horrified. How could she possibly feel clean? But she gave it a try. She started showering every other day, then gradually settled into a routine of 2 to 3 showers a week. She took extra care on the off days to wash her face, hands, and freshen up with a washcloth. Within weeks, her skin felt less irritated, and she found herself much more comfortable. What surprised her most was how her sense of well-being returned. She no longer dreaded shower time, and she still felt just as fresh. Stories like Mrs. Peterson's are more common than you might think. It's easy to feel embarrassed or stubborn about changing habits that are so deeply ingrained, but sometimes the best way to take care of ourselves is to adapt to the needs of our changing bodies. This isn't about giving up or letting yourself go. It's about respecting the wisdom of experience, listening to your body, and giving yourself the gentle care you deserve. If you've ever felt guilty for skipping a shower or worried that you're not keeping up with what's normal, let me reassure you, what's normal changes as we age. You don't have to stick to old routines if they're no longer serving you. Being willing to adjust is a sign of strength and self-respect. So, as you think about your shower habits, remember, a little kindness goes a long way. Taking care of your skin and your safety is a form of self-love. Your comfort and health matter, every single day. And sometimes, the best way to stay fresh is to permit yourself to do less, not more. You've made it this far by adapting to the many changes life has thrown your way. Updating your shower routine is just another step on that journey. Be gentle with yourself, trust your instincts, and remember, you're not alone in this. Many seniors are quietly making the same changes and finding that, with a little adjustment, they feel better than ever. Let this be your gentle encouragement. Try out a new routine and see how it feels. Your well-being is worth it. And if you find something that works for you, don't be shy. Share your experience with others. You might just inspire someone else to take better care of themselves, too. 2. Challenging assumptions. How often is enough? For decades, Most of us have lived with a simple, almost unquestioned assumption. If you want to be clean, you should shower every single day. It's a routine learned early, reinforced by commercials, family habits, and even the faint but powerful memory of a parent insisting, "Don't forget to wash up." For many Americans, especially those raised in the era after World War II, daily hygiene became a symbol of progress and dignity, a sign that we cared for ourselves, respected our bodies, and were put together. In fact, for years, advertising all but declared that a daily shower was not just healthy, but necessary. Soap operas, sitcoms, and morning talk shows made it seem like everyone else was scrubbing down daily. To skip a shower was to risk being seen as neglectful or, even worse, lazy. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. So it's no wonder that, even as we grow older, we hang on to this habit. The act of showering becomes as routine as brushing our teeth or making the bed. But as time goes by, the body quietly reminds us that it's changing. Skin that used to recover overnight now needs days to bounce back. Muscles may not support us in the same way, and balance can waver. Even so, the expectation to keep up the clean every day rhythm lingers. Here's where I want to gently nudge you to consider a new perspective. What if that daily shower isn't the gold standard it's made out to be, especially for those of us over 65? Could it be that, in trying to stay as fresh as we always have, we're doing more harm than good? It may sound counterintuitive, even a little rebellious, but the latest science, and the real-life experiences of many older adults, tell a different story. Let's pause for a moment and challenge the old belief. Why do we shower every day? Is it for cleanliness, to wash away germs and sweat? Is it for comfort, or out of habit? Or is it, perhaps, because we're afraid of what others might think if we didn't? The answer is rarely simple. Of course, it's important to keep clean, but the truth is, most seniors don't sweat or produce oils at the same rate as younger people. Our bodies change, and with them, our actual hygiene needs shift as well. Think about it. When was the last time you got truly, physically dirty in the way you did as a child or young adult? For many older adults, especially those who aren't gardening, doing heavy yard work, or working up a real sweat daily, the need to shower as often just isn't there. Yet the habit is hard to break, and the underlying worry remains. Will I smell bad? Will my skin suffer if I don't shower every day? Am I letting myself go? Let's flip the script. What if showering less often is better for your body? It's not about letting hygiene slide, but about finding a new kind of balance that protects your skin, your health, and your peace of mind. Many geriatricians and dermatologists now recommend that most seniors shower 2 to 3 times a week, sometimes even less for those with especially sensitive skin. This might come as a shock if you've spent a lifetime believing more is better, but it's a change based on how the body works in our later years. Science supports this gentle adjustment. As we age, our sweat glands slow down, and our skin produces less oil. What's more, the skin's outer barrier becomes thinner and more fragile, making it more susceptible to dryness, cracking, and irritation. Hot water and soap, especially if they're part of a daily routine, strip away the small amount of oil your skin still makes, leaving you vulnerable to itchiness and even infection. In other words, the ritual that once kept you fresh and invigorated might now be taking away what your skin most desperately needs. That doesn't mean skipping out on cleanliness. It's about shifting the focus to what truly serves you now. On days you don't shower, you can still feel fresh by washing your face, hands, underarms, and private areas with a gentle washcloth and warm water. You can use a fragrance-free cleanser if needed. Paying attention to skin folds and moisture-prone areas is more important than running water over your whole body each day. And if you're someone who loves the feeling of a warm shower, there's nothing wrong with enjoying it. Just consider whether you truly need it every day, or if a gentle wipe down does the trick just as well most days. Let me share the story of Mr. Thomas, a widower in his early 80s, who lives just a couple of streets down from me. He always took pride in being a clean man. Every morning, without fail, he would shower before breakfast, dress in a crisp shirt, and greet the day like he was still working in the city. But last year, after a bout of illness that left his skin extra sensitive, his doctor recommended that he shower less often. At first, he resisted. Old habits die hard, and he feared he'd feel unkempt. But after a few weeks of following a new routine, he found that his skin wasn't just less irritated, but he also felt less tired and anxious. Instead of dreading his daily shower, he began to enjoy his twice-weekly ritual, taking extra care with moisturizer and savoring the warmth without the pressure. The rest of the week, he simply used a warm washcloth and changed into fresh clothes. To his surprise, not only did his friends not notice any difference, but he felt lighter and more at ease. Stories like Mr. Thomas's invite us all to re-examine the rules we've lived by for so long. If you've ever felt worried about changing your habits or guilty for missing a day, you're not alone. The real measure of good hygiene isn't how often you shower, but how well you care for your unique, changing body. Listening to what your skin needs, rather than what you think you're supposed to do, can be a powerful act of self-respect. So, the next time you find yourself questioning whether you have to shower today, permit yourself to check in with your body. Does your skin feel dry or itchy? Are you at risk of slipping, or do you simply not feel up to it? Know that showering every day is not a requirement for being clean, healthy, or dignified. Sometimes, stepping away from that old routine is the best way to show your self-care. Remember, this isn't about lowering your standards or giving up on yourself. It's about redefining what good hygiene looks like for you right now. It's about making choices that help you feel comfortable, safe, and truly well. Change can feel strange, especially when it goes against years of ingrained beliefs. But the beauty of growing older is learning over and over that our needs deserve attention and respect. You've adapted to so much already. Why not let your shower habits adapt, too? You are not alone in this journey. Across the country, seniors like you are discovering that sometimes less really is more. Permit yourself to try something new, and notice how your body responds. You might just find that a little less time in the shower means a lot more comfort, confidence, and peace of mind. Let this be your reminder. True care comes from listening to yourself and trusting that you know what's best for your health. Your body, your rules, and that's more than enough. 3. Simple but deep explanation about aging skin and the effects of showering. As we journey through the decades, we all begin to notice little changes in our bodies. Some are subtle, and others are impossible to ignore. Perhaps one of the most overlooked, yet most important changes, happens to our skin. The very organ that's been our shield and canvas through a lifetime of experiences starts to act differently as we age. For years, we may have barely noticed our skin unless we had a sunburn or a scratch, but somewhere along the line, things started to shift. Maybe you notice your hands are drier than they used to be, or your arms itch for no apparent reason, or perhaps you see fine lines and thin patches you'd never seen before. Many older adults chalk it up to just aging, but what's going on under the surface? Let's look a little closer together. Our skin, after all, is the largest organ we have. For most of our lives, it works hard behind the scenes, protecting us from germs, locking in moisture, and helping to regulate our body temperature. When we're young, the skin is resilient, plump, and naturally oiled by tiny glands that keep it soft and smooth. But as the years pass, these processes change, sometimes gradually, sometimes seemingly overnight. One of the first things to change is the production of natural oils. These oils, made by sebaceous glands, are like an invisible shield, trapping moisture and keeping skin supple. By our 60s and 70s, however, those glands slow down. The result? Skin that feels drier, rougher, and less elastic than we remember. Without that protective layer of oil, water evaporates more quickly from the skin, leading to dryness, flakiness, and that uncomfortable, tight sensation. What's more, aging skin becomes thinner. The barrier that keeps bad things out and good things in becomes fragile, more likely to tear or crack. This is more than a matter of comfort. Thin, dry skin is not only more prone to itching and minor injuries but also slower to heal. A small scratch that used to vanish in a day can now take weeks to fully disappear. This means the risk of infection rises, especially if we're not careful. For some, itchy skin becomes a daily frustration, disturbing sleep and making it hard to relax. Now, here's where showering comes into the picture. Most of us have spent decades hearing that a daily shower is the key to staying healthy and presentable. But for older adults, the daily shower can become a double-edged sword. Water, especially hot water, strips away the precious oils your skin so desperately needs. The longer and hotter the shower, the more those natural moisturizers are washed down the drain. Add soap, especially the strong, scented types many of us are used to, and the drying effect is multiplied. Suddenly, that comforting shower can leave your skin feeling even drier, itchier, and more sensitive than before. Some might think, but I have to shower every day to stay clean. And for many years, that was true, especially if we were working, exercising, or living busy, active lives. But as our bodies slow down, we sweat less, get less dirty, and our skin doesn't require the same kind of daily scrub. Dermatologists now know that overshowering is one of the biggest contributors to dry skin and irritation in older adults. Let's talk science, but keep it simple. When you shower, especially with hot water, it melts the thin layer of natural oil on your skin. Think of it as butter on toast. It just disappears. Without that layer, the skin's barrier is exposed, letting water escape and irritants get in. Harsh soaps, especially those with deodorants or heavy fragrances, strip even more away. It's like taking the roof off your house during a rainstorm. Suddenly, you're vulnerable to everything the world throws your way. But it's not only about dryness. Thin, unprotected skin is also more likely to become inflamed or infected. Common conditions like eczema, a red, itchy rash, can be triggered or worsened by frequent, hot showers. Small cracks or sores, which may go unnoticed at first, can invite bacteria and lead to infections. Even simple itching, when scratched, can cause wounds that take a long time to heal. So, what can we do? The good news is that a few simple changes in your shower routine can make a world of difference. First, turn down the heat. Warm water is much gentler on aging skin than hot water. Try to keep showers short, 5 to 10 minutes at most, and avoid standing under the spray longer than you need. Next, choose a mild, fragrance-free cleanser or soap. These are designed to clean without stripping away essential oils. You don't need a scrub. Just a gentle wash is enough. After showering, the most important step is to moisturize. While your skin is still slightly damp, apply a thick, fragrance-free lotion or cream. This helps trap the water in your skin and rebuild that barrier you need so much. Don't forget often missed areas like your back, lower legs, and arms. These are common trouble spots for dry skin. And if you have difficulty reaching, consider asking for help or using a long-handled applicator. For many seniors, 2 to 3 showers per week are plenty. On days in between, washing your face, hands, underarms, and groin with a soft wet cloth will keep you feeling clean without the stress on your skin. This is not only safe, it's recommended by most dermatologists. Let me share the story of Jack, a retired firefighter from Ohio. All his life, Jack believed in cleanliness is next to godliness, so daily showers were a must. But after turning 70, he started to notice red patches and persistent itchiness that no lotion seemed to fix. His doctor suggested cutting back on showers, using lukewarm water, and switching to a gentle cleanser. At first, Jack was skeptical, but after a month, the difference was striking. His skin felt softer, the redness faded, and he was finally able to sleep through the night. Jack's experience is proof that sometimes the most important changes are the ones that seem the smallest. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. It's natural to worry that showering less often means you'll feel less fresh, but the truth is just the opposite. By protecting your skin's natural barrier, you'll be healthier, more comfortable, and better able to enjoy all the things you love to do. Most people around you won't even notice the change, except, perhaps, that you're itching less and smiling more. If you're reading this and feeling a bit unsure about changing a habit that's lasted a lifetime, take heart. Your body is wise and always telling you what it needs. By listening to it, and being gentle with yourself, you're honoring a lifetime of resilience and care. So the next time you step into the shower, remember, it's not about how often, but how gently. Protect your skin, keep it simple, and let comfort guide you. You deserve to feel at home in your own body, every single day. And sometimes, the best care is the softest touch. Your skin has served you well for a lifetime. With a few thoughtful adjustments, it can keep doing so for many years to come. Be proud of every line, every change, and know that taking care of yourself is one of the greatest gifts you can give, not just to yourself, but to those who love you. So don't be afraid to shower a little less and care for your skin a little more. This small act of kindness to yourself can ripple through your entire well-being, helping you step forward with comfort, confidence, and joy. 4. Gentle, everyday solutions. Ideal shower frequency and how to shower properly. After so many years of routines and habits, making changes to something as personal as showering can feel strange, maybe even a little unsettling. But the good news is that there are gentle, everyday solutions that not only make sense for aging skin but also make life a bit more comfortable and enjoyable. Let's walk through what you can do, step by step, to care for your body, keep yourself fresh, and protect your health, without any unnecessary stress. For most older adults, the idea of skipping a daily shower might bring up some worries. Maybe you were raised in a family where cleanliness was next to godliness, or you can still hear your mother's voice urging you to wash up every day. Old habits die hard, and there's often an unspoken pressure to keep doing what we've always done. But the truth is, our bodies change, and our routines need to change with them. What worked when you were 30 or 40 isn't always what your skin or health needs after 65. And that's perfectly okay. Here's where we can challenge the old way of thinking and welcome a new approach. One that's easier on your body, safer, and more effective. Most dermatologists now recommend that seniors shower about 2 to 3 times a week. This isn't about letting yourself go or lowering your standards. Instead, it's about being gentle with your skin, respecting your age, and choosing comfort and well-being over old expectations. On the days you don't shower, it's still important to stay clean and fresh. A warm, damp washcloth can become your best friend. Just a quick wipe under your arms, around your neck, behind your ears, and in other folds of skin can do wonders. Washing your face, hands, and private areas each day will keep you feeling good without stripping your skin of essential oils. Remember, hygiene isn't about how often you stand under a shower head. It's about focusing on the areas that need the most attention and doing so with care. When it is shower day, try to make the experience as pleasant and safe as possible. Start by checking the temperature. Lukewarm water is best. Hot water might feel comforting, especially on cold mornings, but it can damage fragile skin, wash away natural oils, and even make you feel lightheaded or dizzy. If you have a way to check the water temperature before getting in, even better. And never be embarrassed to ask for a little help if you feel unsteady. A grab bar or shower chair can make a world of difference in feeling secure. Choose a mild, fragrance-free soap or cleanser. You might be surprised by how many soaps in the store are made with harsh chemicals, artificial scents, and even alcohol, all things that can dry out and irritate your skin. Instead, look for products labeled for sensitive skin or recommended by dermatologists. If you're unsure, a pharmacist or even your doctor can help you find something gentle. You don't need much, just enough to clean the areas that need it most. For the rest, Warm water alone often does the trick. Be gentle with yourself. Use your hands or a soft washcloth instead of rough sponges or loofahs, which can scratch or damage your skin. There's no need to scrub hard. Your skin doesn't produce as much oil as it once did, so gentle is the way to go. When you're done, pat your skin dry with a soft towel. Don't rub. This simple act of kindness helps prevent irritation and allows you to keep what little moisture your skin has left. Now comes perhaps the most important step: moisturizing. While your skin is still slightly damp, reach for a rich, fragrance-free lotion or cream. Apply it everywhere you can: arms, legs, hands, feet, back, even your belly. Moisturizing after every shower helps repair the skin's barrier and lock in hydration, preventing that annoying dryness and itchiness that's so common as we get older. It's a small effort that pays off in comfort and health. Don't forget about those in-between days. Even if you're not showering, keep your skin happy by applying lotion after washing up with a washcloth, especially to areas that tend to dry out. And remember, changing into clean clothes each day can make you feel fresh and put together, even on days you skip the shower. Let's not overlook safety. The bathroom can be a slippery place, but there are simple ways to make it safer. Use non-slip mats both inside and outside the shower. Install a grab bar if you can. It's an inexpensive way to add security. If you ever feel dizzy or tired, sit down to shower using a sturdy chair made for bathrooms. Keep everything you need within easy reach so you're not stretching or bending awkwardly. These small adjustments can turn showering from a worry into a pleasant part of your routine. To help these ideas feel more real, let me share a short story about Ruth, an 81-year-old from Minnesota. Ruth grew up on a farm, where daily chores and daily showers went hand in hand. Even after retirement, she felt uncomfortable if she didn't wash up every morning. But as her arthritis worsened, she dreaded the thought of getting in and out of the tub. Her granddaughter, a nurse, gently encouraged her to try showering just twice a week and use a warm washcloth the other days. At first, Ruth worried she would feel less clean, but within a month, she noticed her skin was less dry and cracked, and she felt more energetic. She looked forward to her showers, knowing she could take her time, stay safe, and care for herself in a way that honored her age and her health. That small shift in routine made her days brighter and more comfortable. If you're wondering whether these changes are right for you, remember, there's no one-size-fits-all rule. Listen to your body. If you get sweaty, do gardening, or exercise, a shower might feel right that day. If you're tired or your skin feels tight, a washcloth and a bit of lotion might be enough. Trust yourself and allow your routine to be flexible. This is your time to care for yourself in ways that feel good, honor your years of wisdom, and embrace the changes that come with age. Updating your shower routine isn't about giving up on the past. It's about writing a new chapter that serves your body and your spirit. So take these gentle steps. Shower a little less, moisturize a little more, and make your bathroom a safer, friendlier space. You deserve comfort, dignity, and peace of mind in your daily routines. These small changes add up to a big difference in how you feel, inside and out. In the end, caring for your skin isn't about how often you shower. It's about how you treat yourself every day, with gentleness, respect, and a little bit of patience. Permit yourself to do what's right for you. Your well-being is worth it. And remember, you're not alone. There's a whole community of seniors discovering, just like you, that less really can be more when it comes to showering and self-care. You have every right to make your routines work for you. Embrace this new way of caring for your body, and enjoy the comfort and confidence that comes with it. You've earned it every step of the way. 5. Real-life story. Let me take you for a moment into the quiet comfort of a small, sunlit kitchen in a Midwestern suburb, where the smell of cinnamon coffee hangs in the air and memories seem to drift through every open window. Here lives Evelyn, a bright-eyed 76-year-old who spent her career as an elementary school librarian, nurturing the curiosity of generations of children. For most of her life, Evelyn was guided by routines, Early mornings, tidy buns, a warm cup of tea, and, without fail, a daily shower before breakfast. It was as much about ritual as it was about hygiene, a moment of private reflection before stepping into the day. But with retirement came changes, some obvious, others that crept in quietly over the years. First, Evelyn noticed the skin on her arms and legs turning drier than she remembered. She'd smooth on extra lotion, but the itchiness persisted. Some days, red patches appeared along her shins, and no matter what soap or cream she tried, the irritation clung stubbornly. She blamed it on getting older. It seemed like one more thing to accept. Despite her discomfort, Evelyn kept to her daily showers. "It's just what I do," she'd tell her daughter, Megan, who visited on weekends with her children. But one crisp autumn morning, Megan noticed Evelyn scratching absent-mindedly at her arm. She reached out gently and asked, "Mom, does your skin always feel like that?" Evelyn nodded, admitting that the itch was there most days and especially after showering. Megan, a nurse at the local clinic, looked thoughtful. "Would you ever consider showering less often? Maybe 2 or 3 times a week?" Evelyn blinked in surprise. It felt unthinkable. She'd always believed that daily showers were a matter of dignity, of keeping up appearances. What would her friends think if they knew? Would she feel unclean? Still, Megan explained how aging skin loses its natural oils, and how frequent hot showers can make dryness and itching worse. That afternoon, Evelyn found herself lingering in the bathroom, staring at her familiar bottle of lavender soap and the fluffy towels stacked neatly by the shower. The idea of skipping her daily ritual made her anxious. But the next morning, when she felt the usual tightness and saw the red marks blooming on her calves, she decided to give Megan's advice a try. She started slowly, cutting back to showers every other day, and on off days, she used a warm, damp washcloth to freshen up her face, underarms, neck, and the folds behind her knees. She swapped out her favorite perfumed soap for a gentle, fragrance-free cleanser Megan picked up at the pharmacy. At first, Evelyn was sure she'd feel grimy, maybe even embarrassed. But to her surprise, she felt just as clean as ever. She still changed into fresh clothes every morning, washed her hands often, and enjoyed her routines. Only now, her skin wasn't screaming for relief. After about 2 weeks, Evelyn noticed the itching was less frequent. The dry patches faded, and she could sleep through the night without waking to scratch her legs. She started to look forward to her shower days, no longer dreading the stinging sensation of water on sensitive skin, but instead enjoying the warmth and comfort, knowing it wouldn't hurt her. She learned to moisturize immediately after patting herself dry, which seemed to seal in softness and prevent the flakes that once embarrassed her when she wore dresses to church. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Soon, Evelyn's confidence returned. She wore her favorite short-sleeved blouses again, happy that her arms looked healthy. At her next book club meeting, she caught herself sharing her new routine with 2 friends, both of whom nodded in understanding. One friend, Judy, admitted she'd been struggling with similar problems and wondered if showering less might help. Another, Gloria, smiled and said she'd always thought the once-a-day rule was for the young and the restless. Together, they laughed, comforted by the realization that these quiet struggles weren't theirs alone. Evelyn also realized something else. Life felt a little gentler now that she was kinder to herself. She had more time in the morning for things she loved, listening to NPR, tending to her indoor plants, or simply watching the light dance across her kitchen table. She felt less pressure to keep up with the old expectations and more freedom to listen to her body's needs. For the first time in years, she truly believed that her worth had nothing to do with how often she showered, but rather how well she cared for herself. She even took small steps to make her bathroom safer. At Megan's suggestion, she installed a non-slip mat and a grab bar by the tub. These changes help her feel secure, especially on days when her joints felt stiff or her balance wasn't perfect. The simple act of making the bathroom a safer space gave her peace of mind, and, she realized, a renewed sense of independence. Perhaps the biggest change came not in her skin, but in her spirit. Evelyn's story became one of gentle acceptance, a realization that life after 65 is not about clinging stubbornly to old habits, but about meeting yourself where you are, with love and patience. By trusting her daughter's advice, listening to her own body, and letting go of shoulds, she discovered a way to move through her days with greater comfort and a quiet pride. If you, like Evelyn, find yourself struggling with dry, itchy skin or feeling guilty about changing your shower habits, remember that you're not alone. Many seniors across America are discovering that a little less can truly be more. A little less water, a little less soap, a little less worry. What matters most is that you honor your changing needs and choose routines that make you feel good, inside and out. So, take a page from Evelyn's story. Allow yourself to let go of what no longer serves you. Trust that your comfort, health, and happiness are worth every gentle adjustment. Share your experiences with friends and family. You never know who else is waiting for permission to do things differently. At the heart of it all, remember that your dignity and self-worth are not measured by how often you shower, but by the care, kindness, and wisdom you bring to your days. And with each small, thoughtful change, you're not just protecting your skin, you're celebrating the beautiful, resilient person you've become. Let Evelyn's journey inspire you to be gentle with yourself, to try new routines, and to embrace change as a companion, not a foe. The next time you step into your bathroom, let it be with a sense of peace, knowing that you are doing what is best for you. And if you discover a bit more comfort, confidence, and joy along the way, then you've given yourself one of the sweetest gifts of all. As we reach the end of our journey today, I hope you feel a sense of reassurance and comfort. Navigating the changes that come with age can be challenging, especially when it means questioning lifelong routines like daily showers. But remember, every stage of life brings new wisdom. And sometimes, that wisdom is simply learning to listen to what your body truly needs. If you take away one thing from this video, let it be this. Caring for yourself is not about following old rules or meeting someone else's expectations. It's about honoring your well-being. Showering less often isn't a sign of neglect or giving up. It's an act of self-respect, a way of protecting your precious skin, your energy, and your peace of mind. You are not alone in making these adjustments. Across the country, seniors just like you are quietly discovering that gentle changes, like showering 2 or 3 times a week, using milder soaps, and making the bathroom a safer place, can make a world of difference. Each small step is a statement. I deserve to feel comfortable in my skin. So I encourage you, starting today, to permit yourself to care for your body in the way that feels best for you. If you've tried any of the tips shared here, or if you have your own story to tell, please share it in the comments below. Your experience might inspire someone else to make a positive change. And if you found value in this video, please give it a like, share it with friends, and subscribe to our channel for more supportive tips just for seniors. Until next time, take care of yourself. You've earned it every step of the way.